What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Zero Gravity Craft Brewery, and they are out of Burlington, Vermont, and this is their Jaws. So this is a Czech-style Pilsner that comes in at 5.4% alcohol by volume, 36 IBUs at the time of review, and this can is just under 3 months old. So earlier this year, I reviewed one of their flagship beers, a Green State Lager, which was a Pilsner. It was pretty good, especially for the value. So I saw a can of this, and obviously the name of it and the label kind of grabbed my attention. And then I saw it's a Czech-style Pilsner. I love me some Czech-style Pilsner, so I grabbed it. Just under 3 months old. We should be okay. And they do have a little blurb here on the side, very generic, so I'll read it. It says, a crisp Pilsner beer featuring Czech ingredients, smooth and snappy on the palate, a big and bitey on the finish. Very generic, but yeah, so all Czech ingredients. Nice. So give it a pour here in a glass and see what we got going on. Try to get a little bit aggressive here at the end to generate a nice head. And I think I may have achieved the goal that I set out for with the pour. Anyway, we're gonna throw this over here like that. So, Czech-style Pilsner, yeah, looks like it. Has some chill haze, however, has a good clarity. You probably can see my hand through it. If not, you can see the shadow. Has this beautiful, like, straw golden yellow, golden color. Lots of good carbonation coming up through it. Like I said, clarity's pretty good. There are very fine particulates, it looks like, in the glass. Hold it up to the light. Yeah, very fine particulates. Has almost a 3-finger bright white soap sudsy looking head, but as far as like a Pilsner of some sort, whether it's Czech style, German style, whatever, I think it kind of plays the role of what a lot of people would be looking for when it comes to this style. So let's get a nose. Yeah, it's nice. So it has this like toasted, like biscuit, toasted bread kind of quality. Not as crackery, more like bready and biscuity from the malt. Maybe even a little, slight touch of like a sweet honey. But it has this nice like spicy, floral, almost herbaceous kind of hop character. Maybe a touch of orchard fruit, like a red apple, a pear. I say that a lot when it comes to like European lagers, but it's the truth. That's what I usually get. Maybe a touch of citrus, like a lemon. Yeah, lemon, maybe lemon lime. Now, when it comes to Czech-style Pilsners and like Czech pale lagers, you can get a little bit of diacetyl and it's like acceptable for the side. I'm getting a little like tinge of like a buttery kind of note here, very slight, not too big. Really nice overall though. So let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, that's nice. Right off the rip, I'll say I enjoy this one more than the Green State Lager. However, I believe this is a bit more expensive. We'll talk about that at the end with price point availability, but Czech-style Pilsners and like Czech pale lagers are more my speed when it comes to like the Pilsners and pale lagers of the world. It's just, they work for me better. I think they're a little bit more balanced and kind of the wheelhouse what I enjoy. So another sip. Buying this is straight up medium body. I think it's nice for 5.4%. The mouthfeel, it's crisp. It's a crispy boy. It has a moderate, maybe a touch over moderate carbonation. Yeah, very effervescent on the palate. There's a smoothness here. It's pretty much to style. Exactly what I want out of the mouthfeel is right here in my glass. The taste, the nose carried over. What I'm noticing at the forefront is there is, again, toasted biscuit, toasted bread. There's a little bit of like a honey sweetness. Not too big, but it's really nice. It kind of makes it a little bit different than a lot of Czech style. So maybe this isn't exactly the spec, although they're using all Czech ingredients. So it just might be my terrible palate perceiving something a bit differently, but a little bit of like a sweetness that's like a honey, kind of like a honey drizzled kind of toasted biscuit. That's all at the forefront. Right after that, touch of like a lemon lime, little citrus notes. There is orchard fruits that kind of hit. Again, more of like the skin of an apple, skin of a pear, closer to the core, not like a fleshy, sweet kind of orchard fruit, but more of like the, kind of just like the, the skin, more in that realm. In the second half of the palate, kind of like the nose said, this has more of like a floral spiciness than herbaceous. It finishes full on dry with a mild to moderate bitterness smack dab in the middle. So this is very well balanced from that super dry finish with that, nice, I say nice, decent bitterness. and all that like sweet malty goodness at the forefront, you know, honey drizzle and a toasted biscuit or like toasted piece of like, I would say more of like a sourdough bread or something in that realm. 5.4%, you really can't tell. The glass lacing is absolutely fantastic, and this is just a, fuck me, this is really good. Yeah, I really enjoy this one quite a bit, actually. Pour the rest in here, and I'll try to think about a score as I'm pouring this. I would say, like, stylistically, this is really nice coming from an American brewery, especially, again, Zero Gravity. I'm reviewing this one as a shelfie beer for the month of July 2024. And Zero Gravity is a shelfie brewery. Like, I see their Green State Lager and their Conehead IPA a lot when it comes to like grocery stores and things like that. So, and people ask me, like, what does shelfie beer mean to you in terms of like these reviews? Pretty much a shelfie beer, a beer that can go into my local beer store, grocery store, whatever, and I can pick it off the shelf. It's a brewery that gets into those establishments. I'm not talking about the brewery-only beers or the beers you got to wait in line for or anything like that. It's a beer like this where I could walk into many different places and be able to pick up a 4-pack or, you know, a 6-pack or a 12-pack of this, or maybe even a case. But I think this is really well done. I like it quite a bit more than their Green State Lager, although the Green State Lager has a great value. I think typically that beer is like anywhere between, like, depending on where you live, I have $16 to $20 for a 12-pack of cans of, I think, 12 fluid ounce cans. I don't know what the 4-packs run. I think they're a little bit less, but this has great value in its own right. So we'll talk about it momentarily, but Zero Gravity's Jaws, I'm actually going to give this a low 4.25. I'm going to go 4.15. Another thing is I didn't get really any of that diacetyl in the taste. It was just in the nose, which is nice. And again, I know this style can have a little bit of that flaw. And it is what it is, but for me, I didn't pick up on it. And I think this is a really well done, highly enjoyable Czech-style Pilsner from, again, brewery in Burlington, Vermont that makes it to shelves in a lot of different areas. So anyway, price point and availability on this one. I paid, I forgot what can, I want to say a can was like, it's like $3.50, but I think the 4-packs are $12.99. So $13 a 4-pack for something of this quality, I think, all day, every day. And then availability, and again, that's in Buffalo, New York. Your mileage may vary wherever you live. And then as far as like availability, I'm pretty sure their website has a beer finder, so go check them out. Here in the Western New York area, more specifically Buffalo, again, I see the Green State Lager. I don't see the Conehead as much, certainly not fresh. I'd like to review that beer, but I usually find it like 3-4 months old. I want to get it under 2 months old before I review it. But yeah, again, they're a shelfie brewery, but like a good shelfie brewery, and I'm okay with that. So if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about it. Definitely better than the Green State Lager for my own preference. I believe this is also a spring seasonal, so this is one they don't, you know, that's not readily available. It is during the spring and summer, but for the most part, you're not going to be able to walk into your local bottle shop in the middle of October and grab this one because it is a seasonal. But again, if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Like I said, 5.4%, you really can't tell. The body is impressive. The mouthfeel is impressive. The taste is impressive. It's just a good beer. It's not like blowing my socks off, but I could see myself going back to this and buying a single or even a 4-pack, just throwing it in the fridge, be like, hey, I want something that is a Czech-style Pilsner that's really well done and you don't have to break the bank. This is kind of in that realm. So I'm going to shut this one down. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Until the next one, cheers.